Well, Mr. Fedko, Mondays in the fall are usually a good time to talk about touchdowns and tackling and interceptions and bad calls by coaches or bad decisions by coaches, bad calls by officials. But everywhere you look, what are you hearing? Discussions about child abuse and spousal abuse. Where is this going? And what was how did you handle it this weekend watching it? Did it make you want to throw up? Did you ignore it? What did you do?
Well, you can't ignore it because it's all they're talking about.
You can turn the TV off and say, I'm not watching this stuff. I don't want to hear it anymore.
I dab. Well, when I have time to watch sports on TV, I watch baseball mostly.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll watch the Steelers, but that's it. I just won't watch the other stuff.
Right.
The NFL.
You don't watch the NFL?
Not a lot. No, I watch baseball instead.
Yeah.
Like last night, I watched the Orioles and the Yankees. That's what I was when I had the TV on and I was doing stuff at the same time. But I had the Orioles and Yankees on. I didn't have the Sunday Night Football game on.
Yeah.
And then obviously I watched the Pirates because that was a great weekend of baseball for them. Or entertaining. It wasn't a great weekend. But the NFL has become a political football. It's been taken over by the national media, and it's you turn on ESPN or you turn on a network that covers the NFL other than NFL Network, and they're not even talking about football anymore. So it's just depressing, to be honest with you. And it's become, the NFL has become it's become a house of politics. It's being used by the national media and political people now, and obviously there's bad things being done by bad people in the NFL, but that happens in probably every industry. But I kind of, like a lot of people, I've semi-retired. I don't cover sports anymore for Channel 11 other than high school sports.
Right.
So, and that's really fun. So I love doing that. But I obviously do this show, so I keep my foot in the water.
Right.
But I'd make no. I love Major League Baseball, so I'm just glad they're not talking about the stuff in Major League Baseball. I could turn on the baseball game. They're actually talking about baseball and not this other stuff. I'm not saying it's not serious stuff. It is. I just I'm not. I'd rather watch baseball this weekend.
Well, we had this discussion on Channel 11 last night. I did the show with Mark Madden and Rob Rossi, and our number one topic was, do the fans care as much as the media?
No.
And my answer was no. They don't. And I said that
go ahead.
And Madden said, well, they don't, but it's our job to care. And he basically said, if you watch me, I'm going to be talking about it whether you like it or not, because that's what's going on. I kind of like that response. But and I said, this is great for ratings for shows like, if it doesn't necessarily help the ratings of the games themselves, it does wonders for the ratings of the outside the lines and sports reporters and all the panel shows they have on ESPN and other networks.
I don't know if it does or not, though, John. I haven't seen I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen the ratings.
Yeah, that's right. I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Maybe people get tired of hearing it, but what if the story of Greg Hardy, right? Yesterday he was activated before the game.
Deactivated.
Well, yeah, deactivated. What would the fans' reaction have been if they introduced the defense and individually, and when he came running out yesterday, if he had played? Roar? Any boos?
I don't know if a lot of the fans are familiar with his case, so I don't know.
In Carolina they are.
I guess
it was a home game.
Okay.
It'd be like Ben Roethlisberger. If he had been introduced to the Steelers in the first game and he had not been suspended, would he have gotten a rousing ovation and huge? Would there have been boos? I think there were some boos when he came back the first time that year anyway. But lots of number 7 jerseys being worn, including by women that year. Right?
Yeah, it's just, John, I mean, I do a lot of driving, so, I'll listen to ESPN radio, or I'll listen to Mad Dog radio, which is on XM radio, or I'll listen to, this is when the very little time I'm not listening to TribLIVE radio,
right,
which is always the best. But sometimes I'll turn on these other stations to see what they're talking about. And for the 24 hours, since Wednesday, it's 24 hours in the national news. All they're talking about are these social issues.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, the entire shows are devoted to this, with guest after guest after guest talking about the social issues.
You can turn it off. You can say, all right, I've had enough. I'm going to put music on. I'm going to watch baseball, whatever. But the NFL can't.
No.
And Dan Rooney can't. and Art Rooney II can't. What do you think? How would you like? I mean, what do you think they're thinking when with the statement you just made? That's all that's on. They want.
They're getting what they deserve. Let me just tell you. Let me just. No one's talked about this, but it's true, and that's all. I'm going to leave it at that. The NFL is getting what it deserves, including the NFL ownership, the commissioner.
Couldn't agree more.
They're all getting what they deserve.
I know why I think that, but why do you think
they're just getting what they deserve? I'm going to leave it at that. They're getting what they do. The commissioner and the owners are all getting what they deserve.